can love.
Just like that, we are back with another episode of Elevate with Elzer. This is the Key Largo edition. We thought we might as well come live to you and just give you a little recap because Key Largo and St. Louis are very similar in terms of, the outcome of your night, right? You end up in very similar places next to, I would say water that's similar color to the St. Louis River, right? So we have the St. Louis River. You got beautiful. Anyway, let's start from the top. Where should we start, Rusk?
That's a great question. But you
just start on Thursday. Actually, how about Thursday? My flight kept getting delayed, right? So
and you got to the airport in 40 minutes. That was good.
Airport in 40 minutes through, security in about 5 minutes. And it was delayed. So Southwest is like, well, what should we do for this guy? Because there's nobody else flying. So clearly he's our number one passenger. So what they did was they booked me on a flight that was earlier. And I go, wow. And they took me to Nashville. Where'd they take me? Nashville. And then they put me on an even earlier flight into Miami and then proceeded to give me $100 voucher. How about that? I didn't even ask for it.
They should give you $100 voucher every time you step on a Southwest flight just for even considering that madness.
Yeah, it's upsetting how Southwest is really just
trash.
Yeah, really triggers you, that's for sure. Now that American Airlines has tequila, he'll never be back to Southwest
ever.
They finally listened to the last podcast episode when he flew into St. Louis, angry as can be. American
it actually wasn't that bad. That flight wasn't that bad, but
they listened to you. You're like, American, take notes. We need tequila. And not even a week later, they have tequila on the birds.
Well, that's what happens when the Rusk speaks.
That's true. So anyway, Thursday, get in, stayed at the Aloft. We didn't want to wake up the old man at his place.
Well,
we ended up waking up the old man because I came in early. We were all over the place. So
that's right. I stayed up.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful place there in
Coral Gables.
Coral Gables, home of Coral Gables title. And and so he's down there and he's got a beautiful view, overlooks I think it's a Shell and a Goodyear.
No, it's a Chevron.
Chevron and a Goodyear. Got a pretty cool swing out there on nice patio furniture. Apparently you can see fireworks in the distance. I didn't see any. But I don't think it wasn't a holiday. It was just a Thursday. So it's a beautiful place. He's got 2 bedrooms, got 2 full baths. He's got a studio. You're looking at it now. And actually, while we're talking about studios, this is probably one of the last times right here, Bill, that you're going to see this studio. Is we're going to be building a new studio, new location, finally get out of mom's basement and build ourselves a new studio with the help of your expertise. I think people forget that you build studios too.
I want no part of that.
Yeah. Well, you can hold the hammer. That's for sure. So anyway, let's go.
You can go to Home Depot. You can buy a hammer. You can come home and you can beat yourself in the head with it, or you can build a house. Same thing applies when you start a podcast.
Yeah. I've been staying away from Home Depots and Lowe's and they just seem like a lot of criminal activity.
Are you going to go? You're replacing the floors in your basement there, Bill. Or will you be doing all that work yourself?
No, lovely Key Carpet and Flooring. Awesome company. They're going to come in here and tear out the carpet and put a nice floor down. And the studio is going to be now relocated to our other office in Kirkwood. So we're going to be
it's going to be right there in downtown Clarksville.
Blank slate. Yeah, right next to Ice and Fuel. Basically, we got 2 offices. Bill, remember? So the other office, we're going to turn into a little studio, and it's about a corner of the office. We're going to turn into a studio. So it might take a little bit to get back live again, but I'm going to miss this. This is kind of where everything started behind me here. You know, at one point, I think I had a jersey hanging by just a hanger, and it was me, and that was it. So come a long way, Bill.
Now it definitely looks like Fibber McGee's closet over there.
Yeah, I just can never please this guy. So anyway, Friday we wake up. We're like, all right, we're off to Key Largo. I had never been actually to Miami. That was the first time I've been to Miami. Then you're like, we're headed south, but first, I'll tell you what. When we finally got in your Power Wheels and we headed south, that Waffle House that you stopped at, woo! I mean, I don't even like breakfast, much less Waffle House. I mean, but that was the cleanest Waffle House, the best service, the best food. I've never seen a Waffle House like it.
Well, I mean, I was surprised you were hungry because you had Budweiser for breakfast prior to Waffle House.
Yeah, that was just, they call that a protein shake to kind of get you going, right? So after that lovely Waffle House meal, we got back in that Power Wheels, and we were off. I'm a little concerned about the drive because going 45 miles an hour down like a 4-lane highway just is a little confusing to me. A lot of police officers taking radar into the Keys. Can't speed. Notice that, right?
Well, you forgot your flip-flops too.
Oh yeah, I forgot my flip-flops. That's what happens when you're trying to get out of the house. You got kids. You got, there's really no excuses. You got shoes. But luckily we were right across from Walgreens. Anyway, so we'll continue our drive about an hour and a half down there. Lovely drive. I'll tell you what, there's a lot.
I believe it was about an hour and 15 minutes, Bill.
Hour and 15, a lot of protected land. Beautiful place, really is. So, he's like, we're headed to the Bayside Inn. And I'm like, all right, it's exciting. Right on the water. He said we were on the Atlantic side, but until the last day, I think he realized we were on the Gulf side, but that's for another day.
I failed geography, Bill.
Yeah. Also failed astrology. But
what's your sign, Bill?
I'm a Cancer.
Mine's dollar.
That guy's good. So anyway, so we thought about hanging a left at the fork down Ocean Reef to go see your boy Rich, but they didn't let us in because they just looked at us like, you guys are not allowed in to Ocean Reef at all.
We were allowed in the following day for dinner, but
Russ was too nervous to go to Ocean Reef.
According to Rich, I totally screwed you because you could have been hanging at the reef instead of me, you, and Kevin over at Snooks at the Bayside Inn.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, for a hotel where the door is on the exterior, it's probably one of the nicest ones. I mean, it's rare that you see a nice hotel with an exterior door like that. Those usually are Red Roof Inns, and but when you got like these older style motels down there, it's something like they can kind of get away with the motel-y feel, right? So
yeah, it was definitely a motel-y feel. We had a Burger King in the parking lot too.
Yeah, that Burger King, I mean, you could throw a rock and hit it. I mean, that Burger King is close. And so luckily, yeah, like you said, I forgot my sandals, went to Walgreens. I know you were a frequent flyer of that Walgreens, between your medicines and eye drops and roll.
Quite heartburn, Bill.
And then he got cut. That was a whole nother. I mean,
yeah, with the bushes. You careful running through the bushes after too many bursts.
Yeah. So I never realized how many what are those, turkeys, chickens? What are those things?
Those would be chickens. You kept calling them turkeys. They don't even look like turkeys.
They sound like turkeys. They're kind of
they don't. They go.
Yeah, the first time I'm just walking there enjoying the water. One of those things just has to just belt out whatever it says, and I about jumped 4 feet because it was in the bush. Like they kind of blend in, you don't really see them. till they make the noise, and then you hear a little something
I can't
scatter.
believe they don't have chickens in St. Louis.
Well, they do. They're just in like cages, I think. They're confined. They're not just, walking down the street,
Yeah,
walking their dog down the street.
They run the show down here. They hang out with the iguanas.
Yeah, did we see an iguana? I don't think we saw an iguana. What else did we see?
They're a nuisance down here.
But yeah, anyway, the Bayside Inn, if you're going to go to Key Largo, which I didn't realize how many keys there were. I mean, people are like, I always thought it was just Key West. You're like, oh, you go to Miami and then it's Key West, right? No.
Yeah, there's just nothing. It's just bad, just open wasteland and then Key West.
Yeah, wow. It is. So the people that are wealthy don't take their Power Wheels. They either take a boat and they kind of cruise on from Miami, and it looks like they come on down. Takes them about an hour in a boat. Some people fly.
You keep calling my electric car Power Wheels.
Well, yeah, I mean it's very similar. They charge the same way.
Power Wheels, Power Wheels, Power Wheels.
Yeah, but yeah, that's those Power Wheels.
Are you gonna play a clip from Miss Rachel?
Yeah, Miss Rachel's.
I don't even know who she is.
She's wealthy. Miss Rachel is very wealthy, and every parent out there knows Miss Rachel. But actually, there's a new Miss Rachel. It's kind of like Blippi. I don't know. I think the original Miss Rachel and the original Blippi, they both got canceled, I think. And now they had to replace them with figures that look like them. But the parents are like, we know that those aren't the real ones. The kids are like,
is the replacement transgender?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't. It's a question we might have to ask the producers of Blippi and the producers.
Miss Rachel's kind of cute. She's on Netflix. It says
she is on Netflix. She's got her couple seasons on Netflix. YouTube. I mean,
I've seen her on OnlyFans too.
Yeah, I think that was the previous one probably, and that's probably why she's no longer on there. But anyway, so back to Key Largo. Key Largo. I never knew that song. They say Key Largo. Is that a Jimmy Buffett song?
It is not. Well, Jimmy Buffett has many songs about the Florida Keys.
What's the in Key Largo that you kept singing.
Oh, yeah, that was Here's Looking at You, Kid. I forget what the name of the song is.
Yeah,
something about Bogey and McCall.
But yeah, something. We did not play golf. No golf, no bogeys. But I gotta say that Bayside Inn, the Bayside 1001. That Bayside Inn right next to Snooks, which is like a little, restaurant right on the water. It reminds me of like a little resort. I mean, it's the closest thing you can get to being out of the country while you're still in the beautiful United States of America.
And then we got them sunsets every night.
Oh, and those sunsets. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're at such a low lying area and you're seeing the sun basically just drop off the equator.
It was great. And I had a few people in my way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Don't get in front of Ruska's way, in front of the sunset, because he'll tell you to move over, sir. You were in my way. And I'll tell you what, Russ makes a hell of a door.
No. They sat down and they started blocking my perfect view. Some kid came to join his parents, like teenager, and he sat down right in front of me. So I didn't say anything, but I made it very obvious by grunting and moving my chair very aggressively that I was not pleased.
Yeah.
With the blockage of my sunset.
He realized it very quickly and moved for you. And then you were back, you were good again. You're happy in the sunset. We didn't see a drop of rain. We rarely saw a cloud.
You lucked out, dude.
That sunset was, like no other sunset you'll see. That's for sure.
The best.
That is the best. But yeah, the pool was a little warm. That was one thing. There really wasn't a place to cool off. It was hot. Ocean's about 90. Pool was about 95. Rusk is like, why don't you knock off 50 off the tab for the warm water there? And the shower didn't really work. Then they
needed a new shower head.
Yeah, and then it felt like we were getting stung by wasps. This is the shower pressure went from none to like you were literally getting stung by bees. It was, the shower pressure was so strong.
Ow.
Yeah, you're like, well, you couldn't even stand in it. But that's another thing. Gotta say, I was actually a little impressed. I'm sure you could do it pretty big down there.
Not really. The Florida Keys is the idea is just to.
Well, we did. I'm saying I was going to talk about the glass bottom boat next.
Oh yeah. Oh no, let's talk about that stupid tiki hut you wanted to go on.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, okay, I got to go out onto the water, right? You can't not go to Key Largo and go, well, I'm just gonna stare at the water. I mean, you gotta get out there, right?
Yeah,
like,
you wanted to go out there
boats
on this floating tiki bar that had like a 50 what's it called?
Horsepower, a little trolling motor.
Well, yeah, a little trolling motor with some drunk captain that wishes he could actually captain a real boat.
They call them captains.
Oh, they're like, I'll call the captain. I'm like, I think you mean the tiki boat operator.
Yeah. So yeah,
$75 to go on this rinky-dink scam, and it's the middle of the day. It's 9 million degrees. No booze is included. Nothing at all. So I kindly declined. And then the next day, found out there's a glass bottom boat for $65 with a bar that takes you out into open water, and you could see the water in the Keys, which is one of a kind. So we did that as an alternative.
Yeah, that was only like $59. And then how about that deal? It was like you get a Tervis tumbler and 2 drinks for $25.
That's my new favorite cup.
And he says, if any of you have been to Miami, you know that 2 drinks for $25 and a cup is a deal. And we signed, sealed, and enjoyed our 2 cold ones. He's still got his favorite cup. I still got that cup somewhere around here, I'm sure. Tervis tumbler. Tervis tumbler.
Oh yeah. No, I hope you do. That was $25, Bill.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a great time. Some people started to get a little seasick and they wanted some Dramamine, and then she ordered a pina colada after she.
Yeah, I remember. And then we found a speakeasy.
That's right, the speakeasy. That's right. The dude at Snooks goes, go onto this Instagram and you find this little speakeasy, and the little code is in the Instagram. And wow, what a place. I mean,
that was a great cocktail too. And I mean, we needed at that point, we definitely needed another cocktail, but
we needed some food. And so this guy orders who eats raw beef? Nobody.
Beef carpaccio.
And you're like, you sit down with the guy that always has to order the carpaccio, and you're like, man, like, come on, like, we don't need to eat raw beef here. Let's not take a risk. We're next to the land. Right next to water, not even close to land. But we're gonna order the beef.
Was it not good?
I mean, I guess it just doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like cold, slimy, just
you're so beef. Uncultured. You're so uncultured. This guy eats egg rolls from gas stations. Okay. Yeah. Seriously. He goes there on purpose, goes up there to BT's.
Yeah, it's a Quick Trip.
Yeah, Quick Trip, and walks out. He walked out. I was there visiting St. Louis. Guy walks out with 2. It must have been a deal. Buy 1 egg roll, get 1 for 50 cents. Gets in. He's like chewing half the thing. Smells like Panda Express. Oh God, it was terrible. Oh. And I made him get out of the car and finish eating that shit.
Yeah, that's one thing. You have a weak stomach. That's one thing I found out. So
who eats egg rolls from a gas station? That's like eating sushi at a strip club.
Wow. That is a heck of a comparison. I love Quick Trip. They got rollers. They got, as long as you don't get one of the rollers that's been rolling for a while, you kind of got to feel them with the tongs to make sure they haven't been sitting there, else you kind of get burned with a stale roller or stale air.
Yeah, kind of like the same thing with hot dogs over at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, you kind of got to look at them.
7-Eleven does have a damn good hot dog, though, I will say.
I used to always get 7-Eleven hot dogs. That was kind of the first place I ever had relish. They're always big into their relish.
Well, there's that when, especially when all the flies right around the relish.
Oh yeah, the flies. Yeah. It's kind of like a Subway cold table.
Oh, Subway.
There you go. So Friday, after the boat, speakeasy, cool place. That guy
slept all night too, both nights.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. How you sleep in shifts, but that's
No, wait.
that's
Not only do I sleep in shifts, I almost like common courtesy. You're sharing a hotel room with somebody, tiptoe around, wake up, get some water, use the bathroom, go back to bed. Me, crank up
guy's up,
all the
everybody's
lights.
up. If I'm not sleeping, you're not sleeping. So every light comes on, every noise gets turned on, every zipper gets opened in the bag, everything you could possibly do in the middle of the night. This guy, and shifts of every 2 hours, he's up, putting an eye drop, taking a Rolloid, taking a, shaving his ears. I mean, the guy turns on this light, then he walks across the room, turns on the other light, then he's like, turns down the air, then he turns up the air. I mean, the guy, he's all over the place. I mean, you would have thought he had ants in his pants and he couldn't sit still. I was about to tie him down to the bed. I'm like, I might as well have a baby that I'm nursing and waking up to feed every 2 hours at this point. Because I'm going to go home tired as can be.
Yeah, you did too. You were doing real good on Sunday morning.
Yeah, and then you have mouth tape, and tell you what, you watch somebody put mouth tape on, they go to bed with mouth tape. You're like, what the hell is this guy? How am I going to communicate to the guy? He can't talk. He's got tape over his mouth. And then he wakes up and he's like, where's the tape on my mouth? Like, oh, Bill, you probably took it off in the middle of the night and didn't even realize it. It's one of those things. The Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, I guess that's what happens with, you get a little older, right? Bill Rusk, and you get tape, mouth tape. You gotta, and then you start taping your ankles, your wrists.
Listen, sleep apnea is real. I don't want to die in my sleep because I'm breathing wrong. I used to grind my teeth.
Is that why you wake up every 2
buddy
hours?
Of mine tip me off and say, "Hey, man, I heard of this hostage tape." I was like, wow. So I tried it and I stopped grinding my teeth. I stopped snoring and I sleep better because you're supposed to breathe out of your nose.
Yeah, you stop breathing completely. And ever since then, they've called it hostage tape. Wow.
Yep. But I found a knockoff of hostage tape on Amazon for much cheaper. So
they just call that Scotch tape is what.
No, they call it duct tape. I mean, it rips the skin off my lips, but
that's what you're doing. You're trying to communicate.
Yeah.
I can't waste another.
I just had to get up and use the bathroom, and then I just decided that I could not stop laughing as I was approaching the light to turn it on.
Oh yeah.
And then when I went to the other one, it was like, that was another thing. It's just like nonstop, full-blown laughter.
Yeah, it's not just the light either. It's the noise of the switch. Like, you can't flip on the light with any more noise. Like, the light itself's bright, but like the sound of you just flipping that every one, and then you'd flip it off, and then you'd run over to the other one. It's like
I was like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you're like, I'm still here, right? I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Every 2 hours, you gotta just make sure, is Russ still here? He's still here. Yep.
How are your bets doing these days?
I don't bet anymore. That's a sore subject. We don't bet on sports. Betting on sports is just a bad news. Unless you put like $20 on it, right? That's fun.
Oh, I put $17.50. Take it to the window.
Yeah, $14.25 on guys never met and over. He did not like, that's for sure.
I don't. Unders are garbage.
Tell him it's always under until it's over, and
I hate that.
He doesn't listen. But
yeah, because
except WNBA, you do take WNBA unders. I don't know why, but apparently they're locks, I guess. So anyway, so after the we got back, your bedtime is usually about 9:30, 10, 8:30. Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm like, it's 7:30 Central Time, wide awake.
You were on Central Time all week.
Yeah, I never left Central Time. That's kind of how I do it. Why would I ever switch time zones?
Well, because you're in a different time zone.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for a short amount of time and whatnot.
I can imagine you in Europe.
Yeah. I
Well,
wouldn't.
it's noon. Well,
Yeah,
technically it's dinner time.
honestly, people love, maybe if I before kids, I would have loved to go on over to Europe. Maybe I don't know. I
You
I
just
just don't
said
have
go
a
on over to
desire.
Europe.
I just don't have a desire to go over there. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have everything I need here. People are gonna be like, that's kind of ignorant, right? Uncultured pig. Like, well, no, but I just don't feel like it. Like I don't think I need to go to Italy and eat rainwater. Everyone goes over to Italy, and the people that tell you like they're like it's hot. The food's really not that great. Like,
I think
but
you're
like
talking
nobody's
wrong.
gonna go over to Italy and be like, yeah, that's how it really was. They're gonna come back and be like, we loved it. We loved it. We got to go back. Nobody's gonna say I sat on an airplane for that long and hated it. Of course, you're gonna you're gonna talk yourself into it.
You got to fly business class, Bill.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, the best part. Oh, what was the best part? The airplane ride.
Hey, I don't think Southwest goes to London though.
No,
I don't think Southwest has a St. Louis to London
stop in
route.
Greenland actually and refuel on the way.
Do they do international flights, Southwest?
I think they're trying to add some, right? They go to
I think they do Mexico.
Yeah, they go to Mexico. They go to some of those islands, right? Yeah, but other than that, the beautiful Southwest Airlines, yeah, they're struggling. I guess their stock price really struggles too. So does American Airlines. Look at American Airlines stock price; they're struggling. I don't understand the whole airline
I love
industry.
people who have flight delays. He sent me Dave Carroll's post yesterday. Never in my life will I ever fly American. I'll fly Spirit. And said that's only said in complete rage of the moment. Okay. Because those are just like, that's the worst idea ever. Dave, I can assure you, if you're listening to this, you will, in fact, fly American again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I was flying Spirit and I'm like, I will never fly Spirit again. And then you go, there's where are you gonna go?
Like people say that like Spirit gives a fuck. Like they don't. They just don't. It's like, I'll show them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You wanna go to your destination or not?
I would not. I did Southwest is the worst I can. That's about as savage as I can get. That's the most travel raw dogging I'm willing to do. That and it's going on an American flight with no Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. This guy's got Wi-Fi and gets fed meals on American Airlines. But that Admiral Club you were in the other day or yesterday, that was pretty packed.
It's how people travel. It's
a little
first class travel with an airport lounge. I know Southwest, you're not really accustomed to that. Just because neither of those options are available.
Budweiser bars with no Budweiser.
Oh gosh, awful.
How about that? Well, so it was a beautiful time down in Key Largo. I gotta say, I love to return. Maybe go to Ocean Reef next time, Rich. Maybe
it's a good time, Bill. We're going back in October. We're going to Key West this time, though.
We're going to Key West. That's apparently where all like the fun is. I'll tell you what, they're beautiful islands. What else did we do? I don't. I think that was really it.
We drank Busch Light.
Every meal at Snooks almost too. Great place right next door. I mean, so you walk through these little bushes, right? And where the little chickens are. And so we're headed to dinner that last night at Snooks, and all of a sudden Russ goes down. I'm like, what happened? Did one of those chickens attack him? Like in the bush while we were cutting through? No, it was like a
branch.
Thorn, yeah.
Yeah, and it nabbed me and one of my moles and started bleeding all over the place.
Yeah. So next thing I know, I'm just sitting there at dinner and I'm like, where is Rusk at? He was frequenting the Walgreens.
I was back at Walgreens.
Back at Walgreens. I had to pass the Burger King to get to Walgreens. And I
can't believe we never went and we didn't get a drunk Whopper. That's odd.
Well, that's because those one kids came over and they're like, that was the worst decision ever, was to eat at that Burger King.
Oh, yeah. They came down and sat at the bar and they were like, how's the food here? I was like, great. He's like, good, because we just ate at Burger King. And that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, they were like, which I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure you open that wrapper on one of those Whoppers, it's probably, there's probably every ingredient all over that wrapper. The bun is halfway sliding off. I mean, I can't imagine. It's probably just a nightmare.
Probably.
God. Yeah. But
Well,
yeah, Snooks
fine,
was
Bill.
great.
We're gonna do it again in October
Do it again in October.
when it starts snowing in St. Louis.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. So then I think we woke up Sunday and my flight was like 11:30. You're like, let's, have a Sunday and, hang out. And then you're like, I gotta get back. I gotta get in the sauna. I gotta get in the pool. I gotta go do
Well,
a
you
workout.
needed to get back. The wife was starting school. I was just trying to be
we were squirming a little bit, or, I'm like, I can only sleep in shifts for so long.
Well, yeah. We were supposed to come back to Miami and do like a Sunday, and then you were going to take like the 8 p.m. flight. But
yeah, that was clearly
I needed a nap.
When we woke up Sunday, I was not,
you weren't doing good.
Not doing good. And then you're like, we got to charge my Power Wheels on the way back. Talk about a nightmare. I mean, charging your Power Wheels on the way home. I mean, you got to find a Publix. And we pull right next to this little VW bus. Cool bus. Never pay $75,000 for it. But, that's, somebody's opinion. And so we pull up to a charger. He doesn't know how to even pull up to the charger.
Because it's a weird. They're like
blaming.
Slanted. You can't just pull right in. Like, I don't know what degen
designed these things, but yeah. So finally we find one and he plugs it in, and I'm like, we're not moving, Bill. We're not charging here. So he forgot to hit the start button, I think is what happened.
We got to charge. We had plenty of battery.
So then we moved to like a different one because I think we thought it might not work because the other Tesla like moved because his Power Wheels wasn't charging either. So then he moved to a different one. So then you moved to a different one. Finally, we got it plugged in, and you're like, all right, here we go. And those Power Wheels people are like, oh, it's like 5 minutes. Estimated time of completion, like 32 minutes. You're like, 32 minutes? Like the guy went in and did grocery shopping while his car was charging.
You enjoy your gasoline.
It'll be done. I'll tell you what, it does ride nice. I don't like sitting in there while it's charging though, because your feet vibrate. It's kind of odd. So I definitely wouldn't. The radiation, I'm sure it's not great to sit inside of a electric car while it charges, but I guess we'll find that out later in life when the science comes out.
Yep.
But it vibrates your feet, but it's got like the little loading bar. It's pretty neat, I guess, and then we're off. It rides smooth as butter. That's for sure. Quiet, real quiet car. I do say it is a nice, what is it?
Yeah, there's no rev in that car. You're not revving that bad boy up.
Not revving it, but man, it's fast. That thing.
Real fast.
Real quick.
Real fast.
Real fast.
So. All right, Bill. Well, this has been a great recap, and we're going to do it again in October.
Yeah, you dropped me off at the airport, and that was pretty much it. And we
see you later, Bill.
Terminal G, and I sat.
Oh, yeah,
man, there's a lot of. It took about 40 minutes in that security line to get through it.
Oh, Southwest.
Yeah, they're not friendly in that Miami airport either. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's Miami. Nobody's friendly.
Yeah, why is that? So it's a beautiful place. Cheer up.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, until next time, right, Bill?
That's right. Another Ruskin Elsner adventure here. We're just elevating.
Another Ruskin Elsner adventure. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. How about that, Bill? How about that?
That's proud of you, Bill.
I don't even know if it went live.
We're probably going, who is Bill?
Yeah, I don't even know if it went live on
Palm Trees Podcast Perspectives.
All right. Until next time, another episode of Elevate with Elsner. Elevate with Elsner. That's a mouthful. Last time you're going to see the studio too, probably.
Oh, people are devastated.
They're devastated. We're going to have to take some of this over
back to driver's ed at 33.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about driver's ed. That took about 4.5 hours. Sat in that class.
Don't speed in Mississippi.
It's Alabama. Get it right, pal.
Same thing.
All right. One love.
All right, Bill.
See ya, Bill.